Ladies, follow God's plan for your marriage. Now, the reason why I talk about this is because recently I had this realization. I was thinking about how sometimes we women, wives, sometimes feel like, how can I submit to this man? Like, I think if I'm being really honest, like, I think we've all had times like that where we look at our husbands and we're like, how in the world am I supposed to believe what this guy is saying? Or how am I supposed to trust his judgment? Or how am I supposed to, like, trust his leadership, when he can't even find where the so-and-so is. I want to share with you the story of Moses. For those who may know who Moses is, you can go ahead and skip this video, but this message is for people who may be new to the Christian faith and may have never heard the story before. So Moses was a very important figure in the Bible, and he was a man who had a stuttering problem. He was very, very insecure. He committed murder because he was defending an Israelite, and he killed an Egyptian to defend this Israelite. So he was a murderer. And he was elderly, and he had all sorts of things going against him. But then one day he was walking, and he had an encounter with God through a burning bush. And there God told him that he was chosen and anointed and the one that was going to lead the Israelites out of captivity and slavery under the rule of the Egyptians into the promised land. Now, you can imagine how someone who has all those challenges and difficulties felt when God told him what he was going to do. And Moses was married to a woman named Zipporah, daughter of Jethro. Now, the reason why I say this is because my message is very, very clear. God has a plan for your life. God has a plan for your husband's life. God has a plan for your marriage. And he has anointed your husband with a very special purpose, a very special mission. It is not you who decides what your husband is or isn't capable of. It is God. So you have to trust in God, and you have to submit to your husband. Now, the Bible calls us women to submit to our husbands as if we were submitting to God himself. So that is why it is so incredibly important for you to have your own relationship with God, for you to be praying fervently day in and day out to God, and for you to seek God's face, guidance, and wisdom in all things before whatever your husband says. You submit to your husband, but you are the one that prays for him. You are the one that supports him. You are the one that helps to either lead him more towards God and more towards a life of righteousness, or you lead him away and you destroy him. And that's a choice that we have to make day in and day out. So trust in God's plan for your marriage. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.